Hey, college basketball fans, this is Gary Greene, longtime sports handicapper and professional sports bettor in Las Vegas for the past 35 years. And this is Gary Wins Videos, and this is our college basketball stock up teams report for the week, for week number 5 for December the 9th. And we have 4 teams in this week's stock up report. We'll start off with Clemson coming in after 10 games with a 9-1 record. This team has played very good basketball. This is a team that has 5 guys right at double-digit scoring. This is a very deep team, and it's a good position for this Clemson team to get out the gate start fast. Last couple of years, they've needed to win games late. They got bounced out of the tournament one year when I thought they should have been in, and then last year they got in. This could be the best team they've had in the last couple of years, and I'm a big Shefflin fan. This is a big kid that can play inside. He can score inside. He could shoot outside, and he is a really solid, underrated player in college basketball. Gotta love sixth-year guard Chase Hunter. This kid's playing fantastic college basketball out the gate this year, and this is a team right now, 6 straight wins. I really expect that this team's going to make some noise in the ACC. This is not the best year of the ACC, and I think this conference has the makings of the takings by anybody in there with a good quality team, and this is one of them. This team shoots 39% from three-point land, and this team can get the job done. I think this year they are one of the more underrated teams in the country. People are going to start noticing them as the year goes on. Next up, and in fact, I just wanted to say they've already beaten a good San Fran team, a good Penn State team, and they've beaten a very, very good Kentucky team. Miami probably a little down, but that's always a big game to play Miami in that conference, so they're off to a good start. The next team up is the UCLA Bruins, and that's one of my 2 favorite teams, and I'm very impressed with this team's overall makeup. Last year, they got hurt when one of their basically best and most counted on recruits left to go play overseas right at the start of the season, kind of left them holding the bag, and they never recovered. And they just didn't have the overall talent to compete on a night-to-night basis to be a top 20 type team like they always should be. This is UCLA, folks. They should always have a top 20 team. They should be able to recruit without any trouble. They have a very good head coach, Mick Cronin, and I think that the difference with this year's team compared with last year, he didn't have the guys that he needed to play his kind of ball. But this year he does. This is a deep team. I like the offseason pickups, the transfers that they got, and Billadou and Daly and Kobe Johnson. These kids can play. And trust me, folks, Kobe Johnson's one of the top 5 defensive players in the league. This guy can set the tone on defense for the rest of the bunch. Now you add in that you got some transfers that can score inside. Daly, he's a big, strong kid. He can score. Billadou, he can score. He can shoot from 3. This team now is very deep. They have sharpshooters coming off the bench. They can throw lots of different waves and different sets at you. And so far this year, they've done that. They have complicated things for opposing offenses. And they are doing the job. And right now they're 8-1. They have 7 straight wins. Very, very impressive win over Oregon. And the biggest thing about the win is not just the win. It's the fact they had a 7-point lead with a minute and a half to go and almost blew the game, and they were still able to win the game. So they're going to carry some very good momentum into the game against their big rival Arizona on Saturday. So they have momentum in favor. They have a team right now that is 10 deep, no complainers. Everybody's willing to accept their role. This is guys that started last year and played a lot of minutes that are now coming off the bench, 6th and 7th men. This team is impressive to me so far just because of how well they play team ball. And Clemson, UCLA, 2 teams this year that play team ball, and on any given night, foul trouble cannot hurt them if it hurts their star player, because neither team really has a superstar type talent. They have a lot of very, very good players, and they can offset any type of foul trouble that they have this year, where they were definitely not able to do that last year. So they are my top 2 stock-up teams. My 3rd and 4th one's a little lower rated as far as that goes, but we'll go with Utah State, 9-0. What's impressive is they have a brand new head coach. This guy comes in and the team does not drop off. This, to me, is the best team in the Mountain West Conference. And right now, this team plays solid inside. They play solid outside. They play strong defense. And this is a situation where this team is playing now in what I consider to be a down Mountain West Conference league. I don't think Nevada's as good as they were. UNLV definitely isn't as good as they were last year. So this is a team that has, Colorado State's not as good. This is a team that has the makings to win this conference. This team's going to be good, and they did not drop off from one head coach to the next. So very impressive start. Last but not least, the Rhode Island Rams. A lot of people would not even know anything about this team, but Archie Miller, this kid's been around. He was coach of Indiana. He was coaching in this league as a young guy. He is now a much more experienced, savvy, veteran head coach, and he had to take his time here with this new college. He is picking up. Last year, he just keeps getting a little better. This team right now has the makings of the players that he wants, and he needs to run the system that he wants. And this team's a fast-paced team. This is one of the better scoring teams in the country you would not know about. I call teams 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s. This team's an 85er. 85 means that they're capable of 85 on every single night out. So this means they have the ability, if they just man up and play some decent defense, to be able to beat anybody in their conference, but also to be able to hang with the big boys. And I said this before at the beginning of the year, but there's any one of 20 teams that can win the national championship this year. I'm a Duke fan as well. Duke is not that loaded that they could not be beat. Kansas, not that loaded. We have a lot of up-and-comers here that are in the mix. Connecticut clearly is not going to win their third national championship. It's not going to happen. So the race is wide open. Not that Rhode Island's going to win this, but Rhode Island, the key to being a big winning bettor, especially in college basketball, is taking advantage. NFL, you have 12, 13 games a week. For the most part, you have a Thursday game and a Monday game. So on a Sunday, how many choices do you have? Even if you have totals, you're looking at 26 options. The fact is, in college basketball, on some nights, you have 50 options, if not 100 options. You got to be able to find sleepers. And Rhode Island, to me, is going to be a team that's going to be a sleeper because they're going to upset a few teams along the way. And I don't even really look at these. Kansas has been knocked off a few times. Duke, they're not really upsets, okay, because these teams are not that far ahead as they were in years past, thanks to transfer portals, NIL money, and just seems like the overall talent is being spread across. And the situation is this. College basketball is for the better overall for it. When we look at a couple of teams that I've mentioned earlier this year that I expected to come out on these videos now, that we're going to have good seasons, sleeper-type teams. Arizona State, 8-1. Bobby Hurley doing a phenomenal job. Xavier, 8-2. Archie's brother doing a phenomenal job. Pittsburgh, 8-2. If not for an injury in the beginning of a game, they might be 9-1. Okay, Marquette was a team I expected to be good, but still 9-1. I talked about this Marquette team as one of my first stock-up teams of the week. This college basketball season is going to be fantastic. There's going to be a lot of options to make a lot of money. We are off to a really good start again this year, even though we had a rough Saturday. We lost 4 games by 2 points or 1 point. That's okay. We will get that back. We don't complain when we lose close games. We're going to win close games like that. It's not about luck. They were good called games. They were totals where one team scored 90 and the other team scored 49, 50, whatever the hell it was. But we missed the totals by 2 points or 1 point when one team, in what was supposed to be a close game, 2 3-point spreads, and one team just completely shit the bed. That's okay. For the most part, if you come out, and it's going to happen, Louisville did it in the second half against Duke. Louisville's a shooting team, 3-point team. When they're hot, and they can beat anybody. But when that goes cold, they don't have really much to go off of. So this is what happens in betting. Do not ever let a couple of losses get to you. Stick to your game plan. In my game plan, it's a full season plan. I'm not worrying about any one given day. I'm not coming on here saying, wow, I'm on fire, I'm on fire. I expect to be winning. On fire is great. You may lose some, but make sure that you never bet what you cannot afford to lose, folks. And please be sure to check out all my videos at Gary Wins Videos. I'm going to do a stock down report one as well, but I'm going to start to do more and more college football ones, or excuse me, college basketball videos now that college football is just about on its final legs here with the final stretch of the bowl season. So enjoy the games for this week. Have a great holidays, and be sure to check us out and bookmark us so we can get you, hopefully, to become a better winning better this year.